and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jess and today's video is going to be an everyday makeup routine video. I thought I'd show you guys my daily makeup routine. It's such a light, easy makeup routine and it's really good for beginners. Just super natural but gives you that extra kind of boost of confidence. My first kind of tip for everyone is that the most important thing with makeup is your base, and your base has to be kind of your skin, and your base underneath has to be good. That doesn't mean that it has to like not have texture or anything like that. We all have texture, pimples, things like that. Like I could literally zoom in right now and show you guys all of my scarring, like my acne scarring, my fresh pimple that's here, my blackheads in my nose, the discoloration in my eyes, texture on my forehead. So I don't mean perfect skin when I say that. What I mean by that is the skin prep, which means that your skincare is your number one most important step. And it took me so long to learn about good skincare for my skin. But one thing to remember is that everyone's skin is different. I'm not a skincare specialist. I know probably the minimum about skincare, but this is what I researched and found for myself and what has been really working for my skin. Most people do what I'm about to do first at nighttime instead of in the day. I personally just prefer to do it in the morning because I know myself at nighttime. I'm kind of like a lazy girl at nighttime. I just want to take my makeup off and quickly chuck something on. I don't want to do like a 5-step routine. So because of that, I do more of my skincare in the morning. That includes my salicylic acid and I think it's Cica booster. This only has 2% salicylic acid, but this basically improves your skin texture. Salicylic acid is a great natural exfoliator. I use no collagen at the moment. I'm 20. I've chosen to use no collagen at the moment. I don't feel like my skin needs the collagen at this moment in time, but obviously by the time I'm 24, 25, I might start implementing a very, very low percentage of collagen. With collagen, you want to make sure that you don't start using it too early, otherwise the effectiveness of it wears off. Like you won't see as many like effective results when you're older, especially if you're using a high percentage from a very, very young age. You want to kind of slowly build up the amount of it that you have in your skincare. Then I'm going to go in with a hyaluronic booster. This is basically a hyaluronic acid solution. I am using, these are the Superdrug own. I also really like the Revolution skincare is also really good with their serums in my opinion. And also the Ordinary have a more affordable skincare because like I said, this is the thing that I don't go without, and this just literally goes all over my face. Hyaluronic acid serum or hyaluronic boosters are amazing for hydrating your skin. I have got changed before doing this, but normally like I put on my skincare in my pajamas so like I can really get in and under my neck. Go in with my moisturizer that I use at nighttime. Now I don't use this in the morning and this is a hot topic. Loads of people say you need to use this, but I don't use this because of the ingredients that are in my SPF. I use the CeraVe moisturizing lotion. This one is for dry to very dry skin. This is a lot thicker than the Cetaphil one. You guys who have been on my channel for a long time, you'll know that I do really enjoy the Cetaphil moisturizer as well. However, it is light and it just wasn't doing the best or the most for me. I apply this all over my face at night, but in the morning I only use it as an eye cream. Now this is something that I used, I found out from, I don't remember his name, but he's like a skincare YouTuber, but he basically said that most eye creams are just very smart advertising of a moisturizer, and ever since that I have not been buying eye cream. Then one thing that I think everyone should have in their skincare routine is a SPF. I personally like the Bondi Sands Daily Moisturizing Face SPF, which has SPF 50 plus. It has very, very high protection. It's also fragrance free. I try to stray away from things that are really strongly fragranced, to be completely honest. And it's also water resistant, which is great for summer. You want to take a good amount. The trick is like the 3 finger lines. I don't really do that. I just kind of like eyeball it every morning. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just literally apply the sun cream. It looks crazy at first, and honestly at first I thought sunscreens just broke me out and I literally was getting no kind of benefits from a sun cream on my face, but I actually think the main reason that my skin is at the place where it's at right now is because I'm using SPF every day. Don't forget your eyelids when you apply. Okay, and then the final step for me is going to be some Vaseline. Okay, let's get into the makeup part of this video. I personally love a makeup sponge. I don't think you have to spend the money on a beauty blender, in my personal opinion. I can't say that I've ever genuinely used a beauty blender, but you can find pretty good dupes. The one that I like the most is probably the Real Techniques one. You can use primer if you want with this makeup look. I'm trying to use up this primer spray in my project pan, so I'm using this just for that reason, but I also don't use primer as well, and I still find that this lasts me pretty well. To start off, I will always start with like the, I guess, darker stuff that I'm going to apply. So I'm going to apply cream bronzer to my face. Now I will either use my cream bronzer, this one was a bronzer stick, but I actually put it into a compact because I just prefer it like this. This is the one that's in my project pan right now, or I will use the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid. This stuff is phenomenal. I think everyone should own this if you love a glowy base. This looks so natural. If you're doing a natural look and you have this product, 1,000,000% just put it all over your face, a little bit of concealer under your eyes, mascara, and you are done. But obviously my shade is too dark for me at the moment. This one matches me in the summer, so I've been using this as like a bronzer. But for today, I'm going to show you guys with a cream bronzer because I feel like more people will have a like cream or powder bronzer than they would have the e.l.f. Halo Glow. So I literally just take my finger in here, and this has kind of become my kind of daily thing. I mainly use my fingers when applying my makeup now, and then I kind of go in with my finger. You can use brushes as well, of course, like do whatever you prefer. I know some people don't like using their fingers, but for like day to day, this is literally the quickest method that I have been able to find. And then I am going to add some under my chin to kind of act like a little bit contoury. You can kind of see it's just kind of helped with my chin line. What I really like about cream products is I find that they're really easily blendable. I always put some on my chin as well. That's personal preference. I find that cream products you can easily layer up and blend into the skin flawlessly compared to a powder product. So if you're doing a face where you want it to look supernatural, I feel like cream products have that supernatural finish. There is powder products with the supernatural finish. I'm just kind of like adding bronzing to the areas that I would naturally be bronzed if I actually saw the sun this winter. Now you can choose to use a color corrector or you can use concealer. Because I actually am going out today, I am going to use a little bit of a color corrector from my Flawless Chisel Cheeks palette. But the one I'm going to use, I'm just going to mix the salmony colour. So the salmony colour will cancel out darkness, but then I'm also going to mix the lighter of the salmony colour down here because that salmon colour is too dark for me alone. And I just put that in my inner corner and outer corner of my eyes because they're my darkest. As you can see, that kind of just adds a little bit of brightness, but that is like an extra step that's like not essential to getting the look that you want. Then I'm going to go in with concealer. Now I am using the Revlon Photo Ready Candid concealer. You guys know I love it. It's also my project pan right now. I try and do my target areas, so the areas that I would like to kind of conceal a little bit. So for example, the redness around my nose and that discoloration, I'll just add a little bit of concealer there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of concealer in my inner corner of my eye and a little bit on the outer top ridge. Sometimes I kind of do this and kind of wing it a little bit just because that's kind of like the area that I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it upwards to kind of add that lifted effect. And then any kind of pimply spots. So I've got a pimple here that looks like it's going to become an active one. So what I do is put a dot next to the pimple. Don't actually put it on your pimple, of course. I've got a couple there as well, and I've got a red spot here. So that's what I'm going to put my concealer today. It changes every day. In those areas that I've got it kind of covering redness or pimples, I'm going to let the concealer sit. So I'm going to go ahead and blend my concealer under my eyes and around my nostrils. But anything that's kind of in a specific focus area for a particular spot or pimple, I am just going to leave whilst I blend this out. But the one that's over the active pimple, I'm just gonna tap in with my finger. Then I'm gonna take a cream blush. You can literally take whatever cream blush you want. I'm gonna take my blush. I am currently using the 17 Color Glow cream blush. This one is a brand in Boots. It's very affordable. I think this brand is very good for beginners, in my opinion, from what I've reviewed and used from their collection so far. This has this kind of applicator here on it, so I've just squirted some onto the back of my hand. In terms of like me, who knows that I want to get ready in 5 minutes, I know that I can literally get away with whacking it on, and you will learn how much product you can put on at one time. And then I literally just take the butt end of my sponge and I'm just going to blend it out. And as you can see, where that once was, it's supernatural now. It's not like crazy intense. And just on a random note, guys, I'm taking Luke to the Toby Carvery for like his first ever Toby Carvery, and I am literally so excited. I haven't gone in years, but I just was so shocked. Like, you have to at least go once. If you live in the UK, maybe like understand what I mean, but like I feel like you have to go to Toby Carvery at least once, like, and just get a roast dinner, and it's actually not that badly priced as well. And then I'm gonna take again another liquidy product. I'm gonna take the 17 Light Reflect liquid highlighter. Any liquid highlighter, any cream highlighter, whatever you want. You could also use the powder highlighter, but just be aware that your product is wet underneath, so that highlighter is going to come out a lot more intense and you will have a bit more trouble blending it. I'm tapping it off on my skin to make sure that I don't have too much on my finger, and then I'm just tapping it on the very high points of your cheeks, and I'm taking it up to my temples, but I'm just going to blend this in with my finger as well. If you're not sure if it's blended, take a sponge. I am also going to put some on my brow bone up here where the arch of my eyebrow is, in the inner corners of my eyes, tip of my nose, and the bridge of my nose, which you will see now. There you go. Cupid's bow, which is the top indent of your top lip, a little bit on my chin, and then the last place I'm going to put some is on my temple. And then I'm going to take some powder. So I'm using the Revolution one at the moment. Again, this is in my Project Pan. My favourite powder has definitely got to be the Maybelline Fit Me powder. It's a dupe for quite a few expensive high-end ones, including the Hourglass one. And I'm just going to look up and tap the powder under my eyes because I don't want my under eyes to crease. If your under eyes have already creased, make sure you blend with your sponge first, then apply powder, but luckily mine haven't. Personally, as a glasses wearer, it's so important that I put it right here on like the bridge of my nose where my glasses are gonna go. So I basically like end up setting my whole nose in effect. Always will set my neck, so whatever products I have sent down my neck, I'm just gonna take a big old puffy powder brush and I'm just gonna set this. I'm using circular motions because I literally have bronzer only under here and maybe like a little bit of foundation if I'm using foundation. But if you're putting powder all over your face, I would recommend using like a tapping on motion. Now you can leave it like this if you want to, but I'm gonna go a little bit extra. Again, like I actually am going out today, so I do like to add a little bit something extra. Bronzers that I would recommend are definitely the Kiko Milano bronzers. Today I'm using these sleek ones, and don't forget to tap off your excess. Be very, very careful with how much you apply, because this is where if you put loads on in one big go, you are going to have a fun time trying to blend it. So I personally just kind of like lightly sweep on like that, and you can kind of see it is pretty pigmented. Blush wise, I'm going to use the one that's in my Project Pan, Tarte one from this palette. This is the Tarte Ladies Night palette, which if you guys don't follow my Project Pan, this is going to make no sense to you if you don't know what a Project Pan is. You're probably going to be like, oh my god, that is such like a use and abuse palette. It is. I love this palette so much. Such a great like everyday palette. If you're gifting someone who is a makeup lover, I would recommend going for one of these palettes because in my opinion the formula is really good. And then again, because this is still wet, you just want to be very careful, and I definitely need to be quite careful with this because I'm using quite a pigmented formula of blush. And then if you ever do anything too intense, take your powder brush and then just blend whatever it is that you think is too intense, and it will literally just help blend it out. I'm taking this Real Techniques 223 brush. This is their blurring concealer brush. I don't use it for concealer, I use it for highlighter. Again, I'm going to use my Project Pan highlighter, which is in this sleek palette. It's this one right here, such like a natural highlighter, very, very pretty. And then I'm just going to take it exactly where I put my cream, like liquid highlighter. So for brows, I literally just use a brow gel. Obviously recently I just changed my hair color. I do sometimes fill it in with like a warmer toned, like more ready based brown eyeshadow to like fill in my eyebrows, but to be honest, I recently plucked them and they're looking super full by themselves. Two best top tier drugstore brow gels have got to go to the e.l.f. brow gel. This is their tinted brow gel. There's also little microfibers in here. 17 precise definition tinted gel. This one's even cheaper than the e.l.f. one, but these two are so good in my opinion. The one that I would say is the easiest to apply has definitely got to be the e.l.f. I have mine in the shade brunette. So at the front I kind of pull in upwards motions, and then I kind of pull it back to the tail and pull it down. A lot of people love an eyelash curler. I don't particularly mind. I think sometimes in terms of your mascara, if you've got a really good formula, it will do just fine. Now if you want this to look super natural, go ahead and use a brown mascara. I've really liked the Total Temptation from Maybelline, the brown mascara from them. Today I'm going to use black, so I'm using the 17 Another Level volume mascara. To be honest, I really like this mascara. If you guys watch my original review of this brand, this mascara blew me away then and has continued to blow me away as I have been like using it up. On a day-to-day basis, I do not use any eyeshadows just because, like I said, this is pretty much like my 5-minute makeup routine, which you wouldn't believe because I literally sit here and talk so much. It takes me more like 7 minutes because I do literally take so long to layer up my mascara. I just like layering up my mascara. I like slowly blink onto my mascara wand. I don't know if anyone else does this, but I personally find that I get the most effectiveness from wiggling the brush at the root and then slowly blinking onto the mascara, particularly at the edges. Like you want to be able to push the lashes a little bit to get them coated in mascara. Okay, and then I personally love a little bit of lower lash mascara, but I just go really light on the lower lash, so I literally just kind of very lightly, so I'm like hovering above my lashes, and then I kind of use the end of the brush to lightly coat the inner baby lashes. If you do get mascara on your skin, wait for it to dry. Take one of these little guys, a cotton bud or an earbud, whatever you want to call them. Look in your mirror like this. Once it's dry, this is the key. If you don't wait for it to dry, it's going to make a mess. Once it's dry, just lightly rub it off. So that black mark there is now gone. And then this one on my lid, I just roll the brush on, as you can see, it's gone. Like when you film, you just forget steps. So I've done my eyelashes, but I normally would spray my setting spray first just to stop my eyelashes from smudging. This is the best setting spray I think I've ever tried in my life. This one from e.l.f. £9, I think. The Stay All Night. Where is my tube? I'm like down to the bottom, so I'm like finding where the tube is. But I'm going to cover my eyelashes because I would normally set my face before doing my mascara. And this just kind of helps blend any powders that you've used. So if you didn't use any cream products and you chose to use powder products only, then this kind of blends all the powder together and stops it from looking cakey on the skin. My most like kind of used lip product at the moment is this Bare Minerals lip gloss. And then Bare Minerals lip gloss, this one's got a fair amount of pigment in it. Really like it. Mine is in the shade Heartbreaker. Literally just gonna, and if you ever have a lip colour that you find is just like a little bit too bold for you, or you don't want it to be as noticeable, just tap it with your finger. Take some of that pigment off for you, wash your hand, or use a rug or maybe makeup wipe or something else to just wipe it off. But that is the finish look. I literally put so much dry shampoo on my hair and I'm not sure I even saved it. That is what the final look looks like. I will take you guys over now into natural daylight so that you can see what this makeup looks like in natural light. Okay, this is what the makeup looks like in natural light. You can kind of see it looks very natural and super glowy. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. I'd like to see more videos from me, and I'll catch you guys all in my next one. Bye!